Looking to bet smarter? Get sports betting insight and winning picks straight from the South Point Hotel and Casino.
The favorite should be 220-ish, and here you could lay $1.65.
So getting a plus 315 price here for this one to go to overtime. I like it.
Their strength is their defense. I like the under.
Join Sports by the Book Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific and bet your winning edge.
We have 11 amazing restaurants featuring a wide variety for every price range and appetite. South Point's Garden Buffet has something for everyone at unbeatable prices. Or, if hunger strikes in the middle of the night, join us at Coronado Cafe. The American menu offers breakfast, lunch, or dinner 24 hours a day, plus a Chinese kitchen for authentic Chinese dishes from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. From steak and eggs to wonton soup, it's fast and friendly service 24/7. When you need a quick pick-me-up, you can find it at our state-of-the-art Starbucks just inside the main South Point entrance. Order ahead with the Starbucks app for easy mobile order pickups. Or enjoy your favorites in the relaxing dining area anytime, day or night. If you love Mexican food, Baja Miguel's has all of your south of the border favorites. There are dozens of classics to choose from, like fajitas, ceviche, chimichangas, tacos, and more. And for spirit lovers, Baja's colorful non-smoking tequila bar is right outside.
Heading to Las Vegas to catch the action at Allegiant Stadium? Skip the traffic and the sky-high room rates of the Strip. Book your stay at the South Point Hotel, Casino, and Spa. The South Point is located just 7 miles away from the stadium, and it's a quick trip up the freeway, making it an affordable rideshare or taxi ride. And don't worry about getting here when you land in Vegas. We offer a convenient airport shuttle to get your getaway off to a stress-free start. Shuttles are also available on Raider game days for a small fee. So whether you're rooting for your team or seeing your favorite band in concert at Allegiant Stadium, South Point Hotel, Casino, and Spa is your ticket to all the excitement.
Happy Friday, everybody, and welcome in. This is Sports by the Book. We are live from the South Point Hotel and Casino. We appreciate you joining us. It will be a shorter show, but a lot to get to. A couple big games on the hardwood today for college basketball. 4 games on the ice, and we've got some look-ahead lines to look at for tomorrow. Fantastic slate for college basketball tomorrow, February 28th. I'm Alex White alongside Ryan McCormick. We'll be with you, like I said, for the next 30 minutes. And us two, we're here Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. every week. So please join us live. We'd love to hear from you. We already heard from Attila, who is one of our regulars up at the resort at Summerlin visiting Dwayne. So love to see it. Ryan, good morning. Let's do a recap of yesterday. And I will say, we mentioned it Wednesday when hockey was coming back. Tread lightly, right? Smaller bets, and a lot can happen in these games. But overall, how did trends go on the ice and the hardwood?
Well, we'll start on the hardwood because I don't want to admit to how bad my whiteboard was yesterday. Anyway, so NBA favorites in 10 games yesterday went 8-2 straight up, 7-3 against the spread, and 6-3-1 were those totals. Talking about college basketball games, 57 of them, including the extra boards. 41-16 straight up, 33-22-2 against the spread, and totals were 28-29, 28 overs, 29 unders there in men's college basketball. And then going to the NHL, favorites were 7-5 straight up, 8 puck lines were covered, 2 of which were reversed, so won by the underdog by at least 2 goals. Totals 5-5-2, 5 overs, 5 unders, 2 pushes. The biggest money line underdog to win was the Detroit Red Wings, getting things done in overtime. 2-1 in Ottawa. They were a plus 130 on that money line. If you like to bet the home and away, it tied. The home teams, away teams tied, and then the Grand Salami goes under the total of 75, with a total of 74 goals. So got lucky there with the 1 goal getting under. And then in Major League Baseball, the spring training games, 12 of them, 10-2 were the favorites straight up. 6 run lines were covered. 1 of those was reverse, and that would be the Rockies beating the Giants. Totals went 10, 1, and 1 yesterday. 10 overs, 1 under,
Wow.
1 push. Biggest money line underdog there in spring training was the Marlins at a plus 170 price on the road against the Blue Jays as they win 8-7. And to admit to my whiteboard, 1 and 5. We'll just go through this one really quickly. Not good. That was also not good. That one was close. They were down the whole game. That one was good. That one nowhere close.
No.
The Blues, the Kraken, don't know what's going on with them. And then that one, not even a little bit close, as Edmonton wins that one 8-1. Yeah, it was not a good day on the whiteboard yesterday.
It is tough. Geez, Edmonton, you just never know with that team on a back-to-back. Thinking that the Kings would be playing with the same intensity, but not so much in that one. And I downgraded the Kraken a lot. I agree. Don't know what is going on with them, but did not look good or competitive at all. Crazy 5-5-2 for the totals, kind of what you expect coming back off of that break. It's a lot of unknowns where some of them very high scoring and then some of them like the day before, just no offensive production at all. I continue to look at this college basketball, 41-16 straight up for favorites, 33-22-2 favorites covering. So I don't know how I missed the Kennesaw State on the whiteboard against Liberty, who had pretty much locked it up. They won outright, so I do not get credit for that. 1 and 2 on the whiteboard, couple duds. Tennessee State did get home for me, but as for hockey, mine looked just like yours. One winner there, but we both did like the Red Wings. Shouldn't have passed up on that one. Yeah. And I did like Minnesota, who is in action tonight as well. So that's going to be an interesting one for us to talk about. But moving forward, keeping it going, up and down week. But ultimately, I found some really good spots and like where we're at. I think we can keep this momentum from earlier in the week going and get on the plus side here, Ryan. But it's going to be a tough day because we will be at the Las Vegas ballpark. Anyone who is in Vegas and you're looking for some live action of college baseball, that is the spot to be. Vanderbilt, Oregon, UC Irvine, and who am I missing? U of A, Arizona. The Wildcats will all be in action today through Sunday, round robin. So we will be there immediately after the show. But I've got a lot of work to do still, and I will be bringing the computer to be working in between to get ready for tomorrow's huge basketball slate and a lot of hockey as well. Looking forward to it. But let's get started, Ryan, with our 4 hockey for today. First, though, keeping it with hockey, yesterday's post, I loved it. Talking about the Hughes brothers and the Kachuk brothers. One is going to score, and 2 of them did.
From one family.
Well,
yeah, both the Kachuk brothers end up getting a goal in their game. Brady scores the only goal for the Ottawa Senators in that matchup against Detroit. And then Matthew gets an empty netter to end that game for the Florida Panthers. Neither of the Hughes brothers score, but the leader of our poll with the post, was the most voted was the golden goal scorer in Jack Hughes, who is also at the NFL Combine right now. So yeah, Jack Hughes was our leading vote getter in that post yesterday. But today's post is linked in the description of today's video, and that is talking about which current conference leader in men's college basketball do you think will be able to win their conference tournament and kind of hold things and kind of run the table in that conference. So we gave you the SEC, the Big Ten, the Big 12, and the ACC, the Power Four there. Florida, Michigan, Arizona, and Duke, all of which are in action either today or tomorrow versus, well, not all of which. Florida is not. But the other 3 are in action against teams that are either in second in that conference or tied for second in that conference. So some pretty big matchups in conference play coming up in the next 2 days.
That's a great question. Curious to see what everybody thinks in regards to that. I got to imagine Michigan stays there. Arizona's got a pretty nice lead now. Can't slip up. And Duke. I think Duke's going to be okay. Big game against Virginia. I'm excited for that one tomorrow. But let's go ahead and move it over to some hockey for today. The first game caught both of our attention, that's for sure, because we've got VGK's former goalie, Logan Thompson, will be going up against the Knights here.
Yeah, the guy that kind of replaced him in Aiden Hill. So, well, yeah, pretty good matchup there. And I do believe Jack Eichel and Noah Hannafin met the team out there. So, yeah, Vegas on the road in our nation's capital. That would be the pick'em price for this game, 110 either way on the money line. A total of 5.5 with a 125 to the over.
So this is probably my biggest difference of the day. Not it. I do have a little bit of a lean to Washington, minus 120 at home, but I am higher on them than the market. We've seen that, but I actually made this number 6.5 under minus 115. So love both these goalies, but is there a world, Ryan, where we could get both teams pretty much scoring in each period and get over that 5.5?
I certainly think so. I definitely think we'll be able to get the games. And kind of heard from DC yesterday that it's kind of known that when you have those long breaks, goalies seem to have a little bit more rust than the skaters do. And with Thompson not really playing much at all for Team Canada, I would like to think that he'll still have a little bit of rust. Aiden kind of. Oh, is it supposed to be Aiden or is it Schmidt? Is it? It's confirmed Aiden or Akira Schmidt. Okay. Well, looks like we won't get the matchup that we thought we were getting. But either way, Akira did play over in the Olympics for Team Switzerland. So I still would like to think that we're going to get goals in this game, especially with the skaters getting back for the Knights and the way that they kind of handled their business in Los Angeles. So I like the goals here over that 5.5.
Short-handed too, right? So, I mean, Aiden Hill did get a game under his belt, so that kind of worried me more. Now, with Akira Schmidt being in, I really do like that over. Got to trust the numbers, trust the process. Both medians for both of these teams are 3 and 3, so I'm going to go over that 5.5. That is going to be one of my hockey plays, which will be limited on this short slate tonight, but over 5.5. Maybe shop around, try and get the best number there, but I could definitely see this number moving up to 6 by the time puck drops.
There are 2 6s in the market, and it's a minus 115 for the under.
Okay.
So still an over there. You're laying 20 cents less juice for that over with the chance to push on that 6.
Yeah.
If you can get the 6 there. The reverse puck line in that game, the Knights plus 220. In case anybody here in Vegas was curious on that one. Okay, going over to Florida, where the Sabres are on the road. We have an almost pick 'em price here, and this one, Panthers minus 115 here at the South Point, Sabres minus 105, and it is a total of 6, 110 either way.
Another one where I do have a higher total here at 6.5. Crazy, both of these teams. This is the first matchup, I believe, between these two. I don't know if you double-checked on that as well, Ryan, but 2 backup goalies going. I mean, Alex Lyon is basically 1 and 2, so didn't take off much for that, but still have Florida minus 120 at home. So I was trying to look, and I do have my sheet up. I went to Minnesota back-to-back for Florida. Are they back is the question, and what you're kind of betting against. But we like Buffalo, Ryan. You had them the other day, and they came through on a nice little streak here. I really prefer to back Florida when it is goalie Bob. So I would be looking for the Sabres here. You think we get a lot of goals in this one? That one didn't grab my attention to want to bet the over, though.
So the first meeting back in October was a 3-0 shutout win by the Sabres. The next 2 matchups were in this calendar year, 2026. So the Panthers won on the road in Buffalo 4-3, and then the Sabres won in Florida 5-3 to start February. So I would like to think that we will get goals. Both of these teams campaigning for that playoff position. Sabres currently in the wild card position, and the Florida Panthers 4+ games out, needing the help there from the Bruins and the Sabres, which now would be an opportunity to gain ground on those Sabres. So I would definitely agree with you. I think we're getting goals in this one. The over 6 at the minus 110 is good for me.
Sidewise, stay away. Want to see more from Florida?
I do want to see more for Florida. I don't know if they should be. If I was getting a plus price, which you're not going to see a back-to-back Stanley Cup champion getting a plus price at home very often, especially a team that's not as dominant as one of the other top teams in the conferences like the Lightning or the Hurricanes there. So I would like to think that the Panthers get it done. Could be seeing an overtime game here, but I do like that 6 at the 110.
Kind of looking at how they played on back-to-backs, over, under, over, under. That is pretty far back, though. That is back in December. So most recently, they've been over games. Haven't played a ton of back-to-backs.
This overtime would be a 290. Plus 290.
Wow.
But kind of watching the Panthers last night, they do look like they're kind of buzzing, feeling good as a team. The Sabres played in a really tight game against the Devils 2 nights ago, and we've seen the Devils really don't have much of an offensive production at the moment. So, yeah, it would definitely be a look to the Panthers. But I think I'm most confident with that over.
So we like 2 overs so far for the first 2 matchups here. This next one, I will not be going over. Already set at 6.5 here at the South Point.
All right, yeah, it's the Wild and the Mammoth. So 6.5 under 120, and the Mammoth are a minus 135 home favorite and a plus 115 for the Wild.
I've got Utah minus 125 at home, so a 10-cent difference there. 6.5 under minus 120. I think that number is good. I did check Minnesota, though, on back-to-backs. Has not been great this year. 3-6 straight up, and then the totals were 5-4 to the over. I want to back Minnesota. I do. I really like their 2 goalies here, and today you get Volstead going. Utah did win the first matchup in Minnesota too, 6-2. So maybe there's a little bit of revenge there. And I like to think Minnesota's going to have their foot on the gas. So that's the side I'm looking at here. You like Utah at home though, so.
Yeah, Utah has been very good at home, but getting a plus price here with the Wild, who just beat the Avalanche last night, kind of really took care of business last night. And they're right behind them, so they know that they're trying to gain ground in the standings. They know things kind of have to turn up here at this point. I like the plus price here with the Wild on the road.
All right, I think we are pretty in sync so far in these first 3 games. Let's see what we got for this last one.
4th and final game of the night in the NHL. The Anaheim Ducks at home, a minus 125 money line favorite, plus 105 on the Winnipeg Jets, and a total of 6 that just moved there with a 110 either way.
Another one that I do have high here. Wow, maybe we should just be betting the Grand Salami going over. Looks like South Point has 24.5. I have 6.5 number. That comes from the Ducks, obviously, high production at home. But on the other side, I mean, the Winnipeg team that we've come to know was not that in the first portion of the season. But now Connor Hellebuck, he's expected, right? Sean, did you double check me on that?
Yeah, looks like we'll be getting Hellebuck.
What do you think? What are you expecting from him tonight?
I would like to think that he's going to be, I don't want to say hungover, but I did just say hungover. So I know that he's kind of said that he needs to be what the Jets kind of bank on and get them back into the positioning that they were in last year, being President's Trophy winners. But the way that the Ducks won, that's a spot that could be hung over from, is the Ducks, Joel Quenneville winning his 1,000th game as the head coach. Boys could have gone and celebrated with him. Maybe not. He is a little bit of an older coach. He might have just enjoyed it with family. But they were also playing against Edmonton, and Tristan Jarry got pulled on 24 shots after allowing 5 goals. So maybe it was a goalie spot, and now you're going to get a much better goalie in Connor Hellebuck. Yeah, it's hard for me to want to say aside in this one. I would like to think that we'll get a good goalie matchup, but there is a good amount of potential on that Ducks side for offense.
Yep.
Just a matter of whether or not we get it from the Jets. So
well,
this one will end up being a stay away from me.
Anaheim right now is 31st in goals allowed. So, I mean, they are 3rd in shots on goal. So the volume's there. 13th in goals for. But, I mean, we just saw Hellebuck handle that volume against Team Canada. But, yeah, I mean, the more we look at this, the more I'm thinking we will get some offensive production from both sides. So my 6.5, pretty big difference there. It's another one where it's a lean to the over, but that was a great comparison. Both these teams coming off it, well, not teams, Hellebuck, and then Anaheim coming off of that big game where they did. I mean, they won it there in that third period to get him that 1,000th win. So that's a tough one sidewise. For me, it would be taking that plus price with the Jets, even though my number is a little bit higher on the Ducks here, minus 130 at home. But I like the over in that one as well. So the one thing that scares me is Grand Salamis. When it's a short or a small slate like this, I don't like to go over so much. So 24.5, that one makes me very nervous.
We lost your mic.
Is that better?
That is better.
Okay. All right. So any final take on this last one?
No, this will end up being a stay away from me.
Okay. All right. Well, since we are short on time, about 10 minutes, I do want to just kind of quickly, Ryan, I have a short list for home revenge for tonight, if people are interested. I do have 2 plays, including that Big Big Ten matchup. I apologize if you followed the numbers yesterday and you ended up laying it with Purdue, because might have been Michigan State's best game. First time beating them at home in quite some time. My ticket on Michigan State, I liked that a lot, but I don't like it if you bet it. And we're on the favorite there because of the power rating number. But keeping it moving to today, Michigan. Oh, yes, Michigan and Illinois is today.
Yes.
So we are going with that one. I'll start there, Ryan, and then if we want to run through the home revenge.
Okay.
So 879.
All right, 879, 880. Michigan on the road at Illinois. Michigan is a road favorite here of minus 1.5, and the total is 159.
I'm going to personally give Michigan a little bit of home revenge in this spot because they did lose last year. And if you remember, Michigan kind of crumbled at the end of the regular season last year. They ended up losing the final 3, or maybe it was 3 of 4. I'm going to double check myself to get that right. The final 3, starting with Illinois. It was kind of like the trickle effect here. So I think Dusty May is going to have his team very focused in this one. I'm going to lay the 1.5 with the better team on the road, kind of having that in their minds last year going into the conference tournament. So I like Michigan here in this spot. True power rating number is basically a pick 'em. Add the 2.5 for home revenge, because they did lose that one at home. They didn't just lose, too. That was a pretty bad one. 93-73. So give me Michigan here. That one is going to be a definite bet. So one favorite, and then I've got one dog, which kind of leads us right into our revenge, because it is Dartmouth that is my dog of the day.
All right, that is one that JR said he likes the under here in the chat. So going to the Ivy League, we got Dartmouth on the road at Penn. Penn is a 7-point home favorite, and the total is 155.5.
So Dartmouth home revenge, adding that in, our number would be closer to 3 here. So taking the 7 that is available here at the sell point. These two teams are very close in the standings, with Penn being 3rd and Dartmouth tied for 4th right now. So trying to get that 4th seed. Lost at home 84-74. I think they'll be up for this spot. So getting 2 possessions, I like it. That's a good number to have here. So +7, and that is my second play of the day.
All
second
right.
and only for basketball.
Okay. Did you want to go through these other home revenge spots?
Yeah, we can go through them quickly.
Okay. Manhattan on the road at St. Peter's. St. Peter's, a 7.5-point home favorite, total of 145.
Okay, so this is 869.
Yes.
Going from earlier this year, 80-75. So it was a rather close one that Manhattan lost at home. So who would you like with that information? Power rating number with the home revenge is 5.5, though. So not that full 2.5 difference, but still pretty good.
All right, going to 875, 876. This would be UL Monroe on the road at Troy. Troy is a almost 20-point favorite, 19.5 here at the South Point, and a total of 153.
15 for the power rating. A big difference on the total, though, 167. So if you want to dive into that one and see if that is an overplay you would like to make. But played this season, 1-point game, 77-76. So, wow. That is pretty crazy to see that spread now.
Yeah, the 1-point game there, and we get a 19.5 now.
Yeah.
All right, going to JMU. James Madison is hosting Coastal Carolina. James Madison is a 6-point home favorite, total of 140.5.
Okay, with the power rating, or with the revenge, the power rating is 4 here for JMU. They did get it done for us the other day. It wasn't easy, though, so probably as a world, Coastal Carolina can hang around in this one. The first matchup, 67-65, so tightly played there, too.
All right, to South Alabama, hosting Southern Miss. 5-point home favorite with South Alabama, and a total of 142.5.
Okay, 4.5, so right there with that home revenge being added in for Southern Miss. Total 145, lean to the over, and earlier this season, 84-78 was the result with South Alabama winning on the road. Do you just want to add Coastal Carolina, James Madison? That's a lean to the under as well. Total around 140.5. It's going up, but our numbers have 133.
Okay. To 889, 890. This would be UL Lafayette on the road at Arkansas State. Arkansas State is a 14.5-point home favorite, total of 146.
Market's kind of going that direction for Louisiana Lafayette. 10 is our number, matches with that, and 142.5. So, cannot fault you if you want to jump in a little bit, taking that plus price. 79-62 was the final score of the first matchup, though, with Lafayette being at home.
All right. Well, now we will go to Saturday's slate. These are look-ahead lines, some other books in the country. So we'll start with 603, 604. This would be the top 2 teams in the ACC. Virginia on the road at Duke. Looking at Duke as a between 9.5 to 10.5-point home favorite, total of 136 with juice to the over, or a 137.5 flat.
I feel like I've kind of been trying to fade Virginia. Maybe this is the spot. Duke got it done last Saturday. Can they do it again? Our number is 13. First time playing this year. I don't think I went back to see the result last year, but I mean, this is a much better Virginia team who finished below 500 last year. So looking at that, wow, 80-62. So Virginia has home revenge, but I would only take so much from that. But if you add that in, then you're right there at the 10. So 13, true power rating number for Duke at home.
All right, to the Big East, UConn as a ranging between 13-point home favorite to 14.5 against Seton Hall, total of 127.5.
This one I'm very interested in taking the points here with Seton Hall. Lost at home earlier this year, 69-64 power rating number without adding in home revenge is 14.5. So is that enough to get there? Also, UConn coming off a huge emotional win over St. John's. So that would be a look to the dog there.
All right, Houston looking to get back on track. They are an 18.5 to 20-point favorite against Colorado, total of 139.5 to 141.5.
Is that rotation number, Ryan?
613, 614.
613. Okay. Oh, that's because I highlighted Missouri, and that
That's
threw
the
me
next
out.
one.
That is the next one. Houston. What's the look ahead?
18.5 to 19.5.
Okay,
20.
16.5. Total 139.
Okay, that's right there with the market.
Okay.
All right, going to that Mizzou game. Mizzou on the road at Mississippi State. Looks like we have the look ahead. Oh, no current look ahead available in the market. So what would the numbers be that you're looking at?
Missouri, a small road favorite, 2.5. They did win earlier this year, though, at home, 84-79. So depending on if the number is right, maybe giving Mississippi State a little bit there to split the regular season.
All right, skipping over a whole bunch of games, going to 645, 646. Vandy on the road at Kentucky. Look aheads, Kentucky as a 1.5 point home favorite. There's a pick 'em in the market as well. Total of 155.5.
Embarrassment factor I have to add in here because these two did already play this year, and Vandy won 80-55. Our numbers are a little bit higher on Kentucky here at 4.5. I don't know if I trust this team. I think Vandy is by far the better of the two. So I don't know if I'll get involved there, but numbers say it is a Kentucky spot.
All right. To the next one would be San Diego State at New Mexico. This is 647, 648. Looks like we've got New Mexico as a 3-point home favorite here in town. And no total currently listed.
I want to check if these two did play. I believe they did. Yes. And New Mexico lost on the road 83-79. I have that written right there. So I like the Lobos here in this spot. I think they can get it done. I really don't trust SDSU right now and how they've been playing. Been watching more of their games. So coming off of that revenge spot for them against Utah State could be a little bit of a letdown here. So New Mexico, tough place to play. That's the way I'd look for that one. Number right there, though, with the market at 2.5. So you'd be actually giving them a little bit more at home, losing the first one.
Okay. Going to number 24 team in the country, Louisville, on the road at Clemson. That same shop that has the 3 has a pick, but there are other shops that have Louisville as a 1.5 point road favorite there at Clemson, and the total 145.5.
I like Louisville a lot. I like this team. We've got it 3 on the road. First game this year. Let me check back to last year, though. Louisville won at home. Nothing there. Louisville won in the tournament, though. So that is something to maybe dive into a little bit more. Took Clemson out of the ACC tournament. But, yeah, Louisville 3, 142.5.
All right, skipping over a good amount more, going to Texas Tech on the road at Iowa State. This is 675, 676. We have Iowa State as an 8.5 to 9 point home favorite, total of 145.5.
I skipped over that one, too. I was at Texas A&M in Texas. What number are we at?
675, 676.
Jeez. Okay. 675. Here it is. Iowa State 7.5. 145. What'd you say the look ahead was?
8.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, Texas Tech has played really well since losing JT Toppin, but they've also been at home. Now this is their first road spot. I would just tread lightly there. I think Iowa State could really lock it down. 145 though feels high for that. All right, keeping it going. We got to get Ryan out of here.
Going to 1 versus 2 in the Big 12. Kansas on the road at Arizona. Arizona an 8.5 point home favorite. Total ranging 146.5, 147.5.
I'm going to dive into this one more definitely. Power rating numbers, Arizona 6. I'll be looking for reasons to back Kansas, like the way they're playing. And I do think Arizona has some flaws. So +8, that's the way I'd be looking. Oh, total for us, 150.5.
Okay, so slightly into the over there. All right, going 701, 702. Back to those Texas schools. Texas at Texas A&M. Looks like we've got A&M as a 3-point home favorite, 3.5 point home favorite, and no current listed total.
3.5 and 162.5.
Okay. All right, Wisconsin on the road at Washington. Wisconsin a 2-point road favorite, and no current total listed.
With the adjustment from Wisconsin falling short to Oregon, still Wisconsin 4.5 and 164. Got to imagine this is a bounce back spot for the Badgers.
All right, going to 731, 732. Still in the back to the Big 12. BYU on the road at West Virginia. Current numbers are BYU as a 1.5 point road favorite, total of 140.5. 140.5.
A little bit of a lean to the over there. 1.5 BYU favorite on the road, 144.5.
Okay. To the SEC, Alabama on the road at Tennessee, 4.5 for the home team there. Tennessee to 5.5 in the market, and a total of 162.5.
3.5 for the Vols here at home, and 169.5 for the total. Very high. I will definitely be doing some homework looking into Alabama. as a play, who has been playing some pretty good basketball lately.
Okay. Also a little bit, seems like a 7-point difference on that total if it opens at that 162. Going to 779, 780. This is Villanova on the road at St. John's. The Red Storm are a 5.5 to 7-point home favorite and a total of 144.5.
We'll be betting St. John's tomorrow. Power rating number is 10. Plus, we've got the embarrassment factor, a bounce back spot here. So 10 power rating, 140 for the total.
All right. This very next one on the board, Duquesne on the road at St. Louis. St. Louis, a 16.5-point home favorite. 161.5 is the total.
Man, I thought we were a little higher on St. Louis too. 16.5. I think that is a good number there. 164.5 total.
All right. Going to back to the SEC. Number 20, Arkansas on the road at number 7, Florida. Florida ranges between a 9 to 9.5-point home favorite. Total of 166.5.
Really like the way Gators are playing. 11 and 177.5. What'd you say that total was?
166.5.
Jeez. I'm going to have to dive into that. Are we going to get the pace that we need? I also really like the way Arkansas is playing too, though. So dive into that one. Tread lightly.
All right. To the ACC and to Chapel Hill, where the Tar Heels are hosting the Hokies. Carolina, a 6.5 to 7.5-point home favorite. Total 148.5 to 149.5.
I did skip over this one too. I'm sorry. 8.5 and 151.5.
Okay. Coming back to Las Vegas. The rivalry game here between UNR and UNLV. No current numbers listed. So what are we looking at there with the White family number?
3 for the Wolfpack on the road and 143.5.
Ugh.
Yeah.
No Reno. All right. Going to Grand Canyon on the road at Utah State. No current number listed there. So what are we looking at?
Double digits for Utah State at home. I don't think they'll put that up with the way Grand Canyon has been playing, but might be a look there. So 10.5 and 153.5.
Okay. The final one of the night, final one in rotation number, tip off at 7:30. Gonzaga on the road at St. Mary's, the big rivalry there in the WCC. Gonzaga is a 1.5-point road favorite at St. Mary's and a total of 142.5 to 143.5.
Now, these two did play already once this year, correct? I believe, yes. Gonzaga won at home 73-65. I would be looking at St. Mary's here. I think it could move too. Lean more to St. Mary's, 0.5 point to 1 point favorite, 137.5, but still have Gonzaga favored. These two typically split in the regular season too. So
we will get to see that matchup here in presumably we will get to see that matchup here in Las Vegas as the WCC tournament is here at the Orleans Arena, as well as the WAC tournament. So could get to see the Utah Tech, Utah Valley, or whatever teams pull off upsets. Not Southern Utah, they won't get it done. But plenty of basketball tournaments taking place here, conference basketball tournaments in Las Vegas. So we are pretty excited for those, as we do also have a college baseball tournament starting today, going through the weekend, featuring Arizona, Oregon, UC Irvine, and Vanderbilt. So I am pretty excited about that. If you are able to watch it on the stream, I'm not sure where it's streaming, so you'll have to kind of look into that. But I will be the one pushing the buttons and in control of the stream. So really excited to get to do that.
You will be there all week, and I will just be there today. If anybody does go, say hello and introduce yourself if we don't already know you, which we know a lot of people that we will see there tonight. All right, Ryan, I know you are in a hurry. Do we need to go for the poll results? I don't know if we had ticker trivia.
Yeah.
Then let's go whiteboard plays.
All right. So ticker trivia presented by City Light Shine, available at Lee's Discount Liquor, Total Wine, and here at the South Point Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. Spring training question for you. Major League Baseball question for you. Which Major League Baseball player famously hit a 500-plus foot home run into a nearby alligator farm in Hot Springs, Arkansas during a spring training game on March 17th back in 1918? We did get a correct answer from our guy JR in the chat. None other than the late, great Babe Ruth famously hit a 573-foot home run into a nearby alligator farm during the Red Sox Pirates spring training game on 3/17/1918. It was during these games that the Sox first experimented with having Ruth play first base, a position he would later periodically appear during his storied career. So shout out to JR and Bob letting us know in the chat now with the Babe Ruth answer for ticker trivia presented by City Light Shine of a 500-plus foot homer, 573 there for Babe Ruth back in 1918. Going to today's poll, which we wanted your guys' thoughts, our viewers, on what games you'll be tuning into this weekend in between Michigan, Illinois, 1 versus tied for 2, technically 4 there in the Big Ten. Michigan on the road at Arizona, that is 1 versus 2 in the Big 12. And Virginia on the road at Duke, that is 1 versus 2 in the ACC. And our chat is going with the Big Ten matchup, the number 3 team in the country on the road at the number 10 team in the country, Michigan, Illinois, with 46% of that vote.
Hopefully, Michigan can get it done for me tonight. I just saw in the chat, we have somebody who works up at Penn.
Up at Penn, J-Mang letting us know that he'll be there for that UPenn game. Also giving a shout out to our guy Sean, who's sitting right here, giving that Tarleton pick out yesterday, as they did cover that 10 in the first half. Ultimately ended up losing by 7 though, but was a winner pick.
Yeah.
Did just as good as you and I with one winning pick yesterday. So hopefully we can get some more for you guys on these whiteboards.
Yes. And I hope they do win for you, but I hope they win by 3 because I am sticking with Dartmouth here, taking the points. They got the home revenge. You got both of them kind of fighting for seeding there. So I'm taking Dartmouth +7 on the road. I'm going with Michigan -1.5. Kind of looking at last year and the collapse from the last 3 regular season games. I think they're going to be very focused tonight under 1 basket here, -1.5. And then, like too many overs on the ice, had to narrow it down. I'm going with the Sabres and the Florida Panthers. No Bobrovsky. Think we could get some goals from both sides here, like the way that Buffalo is playing. So those are my 3. I will tweet out because I will do some more homework, dive into the matchups tomorrow. So I'll tweet out what I'm going to play, what I personally like. If you'd like to give me a follow there at Alex White with 2 E's, or just check in. Shout out to Dean Hilt.
Yeah.
Another name was in my head there. Dean Hilt did follow last week. Pushed. We're gonna try and get some winners for tomorrow. All right, Ryan, what do you got on your whiteboard? A nice bounce back spot for the both of us.
Yeah, going 2 more road warriors here for me in the NHL, both games tonight. I will be taking the money line in the Vegas Golden Knights game because I will be working with a bunch of guys that work with the Vegas Golden Knights. So rather than just rooting for goals in that game and possibly the Capitals doing it, I will be rooting for the Vegas Golden Knights to get it done. Good chance I'll take the reverse puck line as well. But anyway, Knights on the road in Washington, pick 'em price -110. Panthers at home against the Sabres. Didn't mean to erase a little bit of that, but -115, getting it done on the money line. And then I will be taking the Minnesota Wild to get it done in Utah, plus the 115 there against the Mammoth.
Let's go. I might have tailed that one too. I mean, I think we're going to find your teams that are going to be making a push here for the last 25 games. And you got to just back them night after night, right? That we're going to have a couple go on some really good win streaks here. So could be the start of something for the Wild. I know we don't love to hear that, but they are a stacked team, so they could definitely get it done. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. If you are watching live, we appreciate each and every one of you. Love the conversation. We've got love for Jill. We've got Jermaine. We've got Attila. We've got JR. We'll see JR today as well. And over the weekend. Bob, welcome back. Good to see you. Am I missing anyone? Santiago?
Yeah, Christopher let us know that go Dukies. I hope Virginia gets it done. Cavaliers move closer into second place there. Get Duke even more fired up for that March 7th battle, in which Caleb Wilson should be back. So
Yeah.
go Heels.
Love that name. Pick the pros and ponies. Welcome. I don't know if I've seen you in there before. And you said, gave a shout out to Christopher as well. So hopefully I didn't miss anyone. My apologies. Thanks for hanging with us for the short show. Thank you for the crew and Jerry, Sean, Vince, and Drew Dog. We will be back Monday, as always. Have a great weekend. We'll check in. For Ryan McCormick, I'm Alex White. Cash some tickets, everybody. Until Monday, thanks for watching Sports by the Book.